make y- Hey there, welcome back. Today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. Usually when I stream, I try not to stream myself mining or doing too much repetitive building because honestly, I feel like that's a little bit boring to watch, and I don't want to subject people to having to sit around and watch me mine. But when I was on the forums today, I noticed that there is a bit of discussion about mining techniques and about, namely, the change that with miner 69er maxed out and with a 600 pickaxe, you're no longer able to one hit a rock. It takes two hits, no matter how good your pickaxe is, even if your mining's at 100, even if you've got miner 69er maxed out. And there's basically forum arguments going on about how best to mine. And I'm not going to get into the arguments, nor am I going to try to convince you one way or another what the best way to mine is. What I'm going to do instead is, since I have a tunnel to work on, I'm going to make a few tools, and I'll let you just sort of get an opinion for yourself. At the moment, I have a maxed out steel pickaxe. It's broken, so I'm going to get everything fixed up. And I'm also going to make some iron pickaxes too. And then I have a tunnel that I'm working on, and it needs to be a little bit wider than it is now. So I'll be digging several rows, each with the different tools. I'm sorry, I'm just dropping off some crap here while I'm upstairs. But anyway, and you'll be able to kind of get a feel for how it goes. So let me just, I'm going to make another steel pickaxe. And then I'm going to put it on the workbench and improve my other 600 so it's back up full. And then I'm going to make some, iron pickaxes too. I'm probably going to need to make quite a few of these so that I can get them on the workbench all the way up. I know I have iron sitting somewhere. Oh, hey, I forgot to put this on the marketplace. Look at that. Smooth move. But I know I think it's down in my tunnel, but I'm just going to make a few iron bars here. May need to run down to my little mine, though. Please bear with me. Just going to come on down here. What? I thought I filled that mini bike up. I guess I didn't. Hold on. Grab one of the other ones. That one doesn't have the iron bars. There's the iron bars and some steel. Look at that. That's pretty. Alright, I'm going to throw some more wood onto this. And let's see. 25 minutes burn time should be good. We'll make even more iron. So, let me make a few more of these, because I'm going to need at least... I want to say it's probably going to take me 6 to get it up to 600. I may want more than one, too, if what I'm reading is correct. But we shall see, we shall see. So let me just run up here, go use my workbenches real quick, and then we can give it a test. Oh, and also, if you're wondering, I know I say this every time now, we aren't really on day 13. Our days got reset back to 1, unfortunately. So yeah. Yeah, we were on day 160 something when the bug happened, and then we just, yeah, we aren't going to get any higher than that, I don't think. Alright, so how long do I have on these pickaxes? 3 minutes. I can craft a couple on this workbench. Let's go with X. Said I probably needed about 6. Should do for now. I suppose I can go ahead and turn this off too. Okay. Almost a purple. I haven't bothered maxing out my tool crafting because Alicia has been doing that and she produces really nice tools. Hers are maxed out, so I've just been purchasing from her. And then I will make my own and upgrade it on the workbench to 600, so. And you know what? I think I'm going to do one other thing too, because I did see some people commenting on it. Let's go with sledgehammer. Now, I am going to make a comment about this. The sledgehammer, this one is not fully repaired. I'm going to make another one so it is. But you'll see the block damage on the sledgehammer here is 412, partially damaged. On a fully repaired pickaxe, it's 430. And people were commenting saying, why bother taking steel crafting? I can just use a sledgehammer, etc., etc., etc. If you're just looking to destroy block, yes. The sledgehammer does not give you much resources when you use it to destroy something. You are not going to get the kind of stone out of whatever you're destroying that you would out of, you know, a pickaxe. So I will say yes, if you're just tunneling for the sake of tunneling, you could use the sledgehammer, but it's not necessarily the best results. So let's see, we may need a few more pickaxes. Looks like maybe one more. Am I crafting one more? Maybe 2. I guess we'll find out. You know what, I'm going to make a spare. Just because I can. So. And so what we're going to be comparing is auger, steel pickaxe, and I may just smash a few rocks with the sledgehammer for you so you can see. But that's not exactly an effective mining technique. Oh. That is a shame. Look at that. Alright, well, I'm making one more, so we'll get it right up to 600. There we go. Oh no! Don't drop it! That was not what I wanted to do. Okay. And boom. Right at 600. Okay. So, alright. So if we look here, the block damage on this is 190. The reason people are saying it's better to use the pickaxe is because it goes much quicker. Again, I'm not going to judge. I'll let you all watch and see what you think. Auger is definitely going to be the fastest. That is something that people will agree on. However, you're going to see that it is a gas hog that constantly needs repairs. See, gas can. And no one will argue with that one. That is definitely a given. Alright, so now we have a perfect sledgehammer. Perfect sledgehammer, block damage is 412. Perfect pickaxe, block damage 430. perfect iron pickaxe, 190. So let me just go ahead and drop off this iron here. I'm also not going to be repairing any of these tools. I'm just going to be using them until they deteriorate, because part of the argument was also about tool deterioration. I forgot to bring a repair kit. Okay, I apologize. I have to go back upstairs one more time and pick up some repair kits, because the auger I will repair. The other tools I will not. The pickaxe, the steel pickaxe and the iron pickaxe are not going to get repaired. But the auger most definitely will. Though I may wait and just see how far I can get doing a row with the auger before it needs repaired, because that is also something that's kind of interesting. Yes, my roommate, she's wonderful. She made me repair kits. And yes, unfortunately, I do not have a purple auger. This thing keeps going down in quality every time I repair it, so it was much better. It is not all that great anymore. But it's good enough for the test. Obviously, if you have a purple auger, you are going to be in really good shape. So I'm avoiding this side of the mine because, as you can see, there's a lot of stone. Or excuse me, not stone, sand and ore. And I don't want to test that. I want to just test straight up stone. So if you're watching the video from the beginning, I started to dig sort of a little indention somewhere up here. I'll find it sooner or later to indicate the start point. Yeah. Alright, so right here. And let me just double check along this wall and make sure that there is there's a few places where the stone looks like it might be partially gone already, but we're going to just let it go for now. Oh, shoot, I should not have used that. You know what, I'll use the sledgehammer. There we go. So 2 hits with the sledgehammer. I'm getting, instead of around 23 stone, I'm getting about 12. And I am still getting 2 iron though, so that is not bad. I'm just going to go back a little bit further with this. Not horrible. Not horrible if that's what you want to do. If you don't need the resources and you don't want to learn steel. I don't know about how much time it's taking. Let me fix this up here too. With the sledgehammer. I'm not keeping track of times. I'm sure if somebody really wants to go back and check the video, they can check the timing on it. Actually, I think this is just the portion that was slightly higher by accident because I was going crazy with the auger and not paying attention. So I don't think this needs to be carved out, but I'm carving it out anyway. Alright, there we go. We'll just call it done. Okay, so let's go back to the start here. And we'll start off with yeah, let's go with the pickaxe. See how we do. There was a slightly damaged rock there, so it went in 1 hit. But yeah, in case you're wondering about my stats, currently My miner 69er is 5 of 5. My mining is at 100. And my stamina regen, my sexual Tyrannosaurus, is at 4 of 5, I believe. So this is exciting stuff, folks. But this is basically just a test designed to give you some ideas of what you want to use when you're mining. And if you'd like to see me use a sledgehammer, I may just go ahead and try doing a whole side with the sledgehammer if you're thinking about doing that because you just want to mine and you don't want to learn how to do steel, and you don't want to get an auger. Maybe I should have done a slightly smaller tunnel. We'll see. I may decide this is taking far too long and call another point the end point. I have to keep an eye on my day too. It's almost day 14. Granted, I don't have to worry until the night of the 14th, but you never know. So yeah, if you played at all in Alpha 14, you know, one of the best things about Miner 69er was that when you got a good steel pickaxe, you could one-hit rock and mining went super duper fast and ore was incredibly easy to find. So basically what the devs did was they decided that this was way too easy. So they made changes. Your Miner 69er does apply to your auger. Now, it did not in Alpha 14. So, Alpha 14, I felt like there was absolutely no reason at all to own an auger. In this game, however, in this build, excuse me, I feel that the reason to own an auger has definitely resurfaced, shall we say. So, they made them viable again. Am I there yet? Good grief. But yeah, the fuel consumption on the auger is, it's very high. It also needs to be repaired constantly. You'll see in a few minutes when I use it. I'm going to use the auger last because sometimes I miss a little bit and I'll damage the side walls and that'll mess up the test a bit. So I have been going through fuel very quickly. I do make a lot of tunnels. I haven't really built this way before. Usually I have an above ground house. And I like to mine. So I usually also have a mine for ore, and it's not always at the same location as my house. In fact, most of the time it's somewhere else. But I have people living with me in game that are literally terrified of zombies. They love this game, but they're terrified of zombies. So what I'm doing is making tunnels for basically their benefit. This one is heading towards my 7th day bunker. The other one is to my friend's house so that she and I could just kind of zip back and forth to each other. And yeah, I will admit, I have no problem killing zombies, but sometimes I just want to derp around and not have to worry about zombies. It is true. I think I looked at my zombie kills earlier today and it was like 1,400. I'm not sure. So I do kill them. I really do. But sometimes I just get lazy. I understand that developers want more interaction between players and zombies with this patch, so that was part of the reason for some of the changes that were made to force players to interact with zombies. It is a zombie game, so we're still going. See the end of the tunnel, though. I'm excited that I actually get to use my 7th day bunker again, although I think because the days reset, we aren't going to get some of the nasty, gnarly hordes that we have been getting, but I don't know. We'll see. Maybe my level will affect it. I'm hoping it will, because I'm going to be kind of sad if I don't get a gnarly horde. I'm still not sure what's going to happen to our loot tables now that our days decided to reset themselves, so we're just kind of screwed for the next 160 plus days. That would be really, really bad. But I guess it would force me to go out and explore every area of the map. Almost there. Okay, so let's stop. Take a look at what the durability is on this, and remember I did whack maybe 2 stones before I realized, whoops, I should not be using this because I also want to see how much the durability went down. So our durability is at, out of 1400, it's at 876.9999. Alright. So now we're going to switch to the pickaxe. And yes, I am going to walk all the way to this end. I know I could mine back, but I think that one's a little bit deeper on that side, so I'm just going to walk all the way back. And let's go ahead and start mining. So 3 hits per, as opposed to 2. thought people were saying it was taking 2. God, I hope my miner 69er really is maxed out. We've had a few rollbacks. I'm gonna have to double check after we're done with this, but I don't want to stop now. I want to keep going. If it's not, then damn. I'm pretty sure it is. I remember maxing it out, so unless the rollback hit it. Oh, I slowed us down a tiny bit by missing it hitting bedrock. That's not good. See the red at the end of the tunnel? That's good. This pickaxe is, I don't think it could survive too much further. It's not looking too good. Can still hit 3-hit rocks, so and that's what's important. At least to me. And again, if you're just joining us, what I'm doing now is a test basically because there's been some discussion on the forums, 7 Days to Die forums, about whether it's faster to mine with a steel pickaxe or an iron pickaxe. So I am digging out stone using both, same length of a tunnel. I'm not making any opinions, I'm not timing it. All the timing will be here in the video. What I'm doing is I am just digging away even sides with both tools so you can see for yourself, make your own opinion about which one's working better. I am going to do one more side and I'm going to use an auger. No one argues that the auger is inferior in mining. It is definitely superior, but there are a lot of flaws to using an auger. Gas consumption, the necessity to repair it often, as well as quality loss when you repair it. So I'm just going to give a demonstration of that for you as well and do the third side. Again, I usually skip doing videos when I'm just doing this kind of stuff because to me, watching this is boring, but this is all for the sake of numbers and for opinions for people who still aren't really sure what they should be using to mine. So, and I'm curious too, actually. I may go back, look at the video, and see what my times were. We're also going to be looking at the tool's quality too when we're done, because I did chip away at 2 little rocks with my steel pickaxe before I went, whoops, no, that needs to be completely whole when I start this test, but not a lot of damage with 2 rocks. But we are going to be looking at the overall durability of the tool after we're done to see, you know, what the repairs are going to cost, because if you're going to repair it on the go, if your tool smithing isn't all the way up, you're going to lose some quality. But we can see. We shall see. Basically, it makes more... I speak English today. Hello! I'm having one of those days. It makes sense that the iron pickaxe would have taken more damage by the end of this tunnel because it's taking 1 extra hit per rock. Oh, did that just take 4 hits? Let's see. Now it's taking 4 hits. Yeah, that thing's almost broken. Okay. Well, that's interesting too. Alright. So, done. Let's take a look. Okay, so out of 1,000, the iron pickaxe, the durability is down to 183, and towards the end it was taking us 4 chops on a rock. Steel pickaxe is down to 876 from 1,400, At the end, it was still only taking us 2 chops. And I'm going to double check to make sure that my Miner 69er is really and truly maxed out. Yeah, it is. Okay. Gotta worry about those rollbacks. Alright, so here we go. I'm actually going to come back down here. It's easier for me to keep an eye out for the red. That's why I'm moving back down to this end of the tunnel. And I'm going to do a run with the auger, and you're going to see just how fast this thing goes. I think I have the volume down on the game. I may turn it down even more, though. Yeah, just down a little bit more. Because this is going to be painful to listen to. So this is not a purple auger. I don't have a purple auger yet. It was very close to purple when I got it, but I had to repair it a few times. So nobody on the server has a purple one. So unfortunately that is going to damage the test a little bit, but you know, we'll see. We weren't really testing to see if the auger was good. We know it's good. We know it's really good. Yes. Alright. Go, fill it back up. And away we go. I think we might actually be hitting some sand here. No, maybe not. Is that still just rock? Sorry, I'm jumping around a bit. I keep having to drag my hand down because the auger jumps. And I keep moving closer and closer to the edge of my desk with my hand. Just have to readjust a little bit. If you try to hold the auger still, it jumps up. Should just put my auger at the ground and then let it jump all the way up and do the work for me. There we go. And my inventory is full, that's why you're seeing only iron at the moment jumping into my inventory and not stone. Does get the same amount of stone as everything else, but yeah, I'm not worried about it. As long as I'm getting the iron, I'm happy. I don't think there's any ore at this portion of rock, so I don't have to worry about missing out on something good like coal or nitrate. Got tons of lead, that's for sure. I don't need any more of that. Especially because I am not making ammo at all. Just buying it from people. Sorry, I had to readjust my hand. Ah, gas. Alright. Okay. So I'm going to take a quick second here. I'm going to drink some water. And then I might, for the heck of it, just go ahead and do a tiny bit of mining. I'm not going to measure out a side. This is as wide as I want it. But just use the sledgehammer. Again, as we were seeing earlier when I smacked a few rocks with the sledgehammer, I was still getting the 2 iron, but at the end I was getting only 12 rock, which is much less than you normally get. Also, if you take a look at my auger, I'm just going to go ahead and carve out a little bit more. See, it needs repairs, so let's see. I believe my fixer is maxed out. Let's see. That'd be under skills. Under here. Yeah, my fixer's maxed out. My science is at 63. I think that has to do with repairing an auger, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm gonna, you can see what the color my parts are. They were all way better. These were purple. This was a better purple engine. That was purple. That was blue when I first got this auger assembled. So repair. I lost a couple of points, but so not horrible, but still losing points on stuff, which means I have to either find more pieces or buy more pieces or combine lots of pieces on the workbench. So yeah, there's that. So now let's go ahead and just mine a little bit with the sledgehammer. I'm not going to do a lot. I'm just going to do a little bit so you can see how it goes. And you know what? I'm gonna take a pile of stone out of my inventory. I know that's wasteful, but I've got plenty of stone. So you can see how much I'm getting. I probably should have done a proper test and done a whole row with the sledgehammer, but yeah, screw it. So this seems pretty slow to me. It seems much slower than the steel pickaxe. I mean, if you don't want to learn how to make steel, and you don't need lots of stone, I guess it could work. Just want to make a tunnel. Okay, I said no opinions, but I guess that's one. One opinion. The rest I'll let you decide for yourself. Hey, that's a bonus. Blunt weapons went up. 91. Oh yeah, I suppose that would actually affect... Would that affect the block damage, though? Oh, and my pummeling Pete and breaking and entering are maxed out. So I do a lot of damage with this sledgehammer. Which is side note. Oh, that's ore. Okay, that's a good place for me to stop. A side note, if you haven't tried it yet, the sledgehammer is actually fantastic as your breaking and entering weapon if you're going out looting. I used to carry around an axe and a pickaxe, and then I would have like a knife or a sledgehammer or something for killing zombies with melee. I just take my sledgehammer now and take both things, the axe and the pickaxe, off my bar because that thing is great for getting in and out of houses. So try it out. It's also wonderful for killing. If you can get a good headshot on a zombie with the sledgehammer, boom, dead. Take their heads clean off. It's wonderful. All right, so I think we're gonna call it for tonight. Yep. So that was just a brief little test there of both the iron tools, or excuse me, both the iron and the steel tools, and also a demonstration of the auger and its bonuses plus its detractors being the need to repair and the high consumption of fuel. And I'll let you make your own opinions about what you like to mine with better. And I hope you all have a great night. Thank you very much for joining.